What's up, y'all? This your girl Fire and Desired, where I deliver the fast content that's desired all over the world. And the first thing I want to talk about, y'all, is y'all boy Charleston White. But look, let me let y'all know this first. I'm a little hoarse, so y'all gotta bear with me. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, though, I gotta talk about Charleston White. And what I want to say really about Charleston White is, first off, we all know Charleston White been coming out talking about, this and that. And we all know that he's a rat. But we all know he also said that couldn't nobody produce none. He said he playing a character and can't nobody show him pointing the finger at no man, which we know that had to be a lie because he was pointing the finger. But I can't say he was 14 years old too. And, any 14-year-old facing life in prison probably would have did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I will give him that. But this is my whole thing with that Charleston White. Now, you help get this man convicted when you was with him. You know what I'm saying? That's first off. You pointed the finger at him, you know what I'm saying? So you could get a lesser time. Now, he was only a year older than you. You were 14, he was 15. And you talk about how you brag on how you get children off and stuff like that, how you were one of the first ones at a young age to get convicted or whatever. Well, not get convicted, but get charged with murder, murder or whatever like that. But my thing is, that man was number a year older than you, Charleston White. So why don't you help try to get him out? You know he done did all these years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you claim he wasn't your friend. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, you used to run away and go to his grandma's house that's roach infested that your butt stayed at, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it all the way real. But, he was a child too at the time when he did those crimes. So I just feel like it's only right that you at least try to help that man get out of jail. They say you run, I don't know how true that is, but they say you run down there every time he go up for parole and stuff like that. Nah, man, it ain't cool. You help point the finger, try to help get that man home. Because he was also 15 when he did that crime. You know what I mean? And I'm sure he's probably rehabilitated himself. I don't know nothing about him or nothing like that. But, that ain't for me to judge. That's for God to judge. But all I'm saying is, if you help other juveniles, and you knew you needed help and stuff too at the time, you needed somebody to help you. So all I'm saying is, man, you talk about you out for the community and all that type of stuff. Man, try to help get that man home. That man been down there 30-something years, whatever, for this crime that he did when he was 15 years old. And he deserves a second chance as well. So, I just don't feel like that's right. And to be honest with you, man, I watched Charleston White, me and my husband, and I agree with a lot of things Charleston say. I really, really do. But nah, I can't get jiggy with that, just because you should help try to bring that man home. You know what I'm saying? And if you going up there, man, to keep that man down, keep that man in jail, that really ain't cool at all. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You Charleston White. You always talking about you playing this character and this and that, this little character role that you play or whatever. But sometimes now I think that character is really you. You know what I'm saying? I think the character that you play is Charleston White. I think Red Williams is you. But, it is what it is. It's just me and my opinion. But anyway, on to other things. On Just Hilarious. Now, let me say this about Just Hilarious. I do. I like Just Hilarious. I like her a lot. But I gotta say, right here, my girl, no, I think, I can say it feel like to me you right and you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand you bought Lauren in, you know what I mean? And I can understand you being upset. Like, look, I got a contract, man. You know what I'm saying? And what's up? What's going on? I ain't finna be fighting for airtime. But I also don't think you need to be taking that up with Lauren. You need to be taking that up with folks behind the scene, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, what's going on with them? Like, that shouldn't have made y'all fall out. So that made me feel like that's some underlying hate stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I mean, and to be honest with you, looking at you, it kind of seemed like you could be going through some kind of postpartum depression. You know what I mean? And that's, fairly okay. I went through postpartum depression, with my last child. So, I can understand that. So I don't know if it's a little bit of postpartum mixed in there because you're a smart girl, Jess, you know what I'm saying? And the anger shouldn't be towards London like that. You tell that girl to shut up and she a grown woman, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, she took it like a G, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women wouldn't took it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have told you, I would have corrected you on air, you know what I'm saying? But, You know, I know y'all friends, and I know she feel like she obligated because you got her in that position, you know, to respect you, and you know what I'm saying. But nah, I don't think I could have took it like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, I don't know, Justin, if you're going through postpartum, baby, you should go seek some help for it. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, you know, and sometimes when when we go through postpartum, we may not know that that's what it is, you know. We may not know that that's what's going on, but I'm just, I don't know. I'm not big time, but I don't know if this get to you, you know what I'm saying? But if it do get to you, you know, try to check up on that, baby. Check up on, see if you're going through postpartum or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I like you. I've watched you. You funny. You know what I'm saying? I respect you as a lady. I respect you as a woman. But yeah, your anger is directed towards the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about that for a minute. So I'll see y'all later. I'll come back. When come back, I want to talk about Yellow Bees, Brick Baby, and Big U. So yeah, y'all just get back with me. I'll see y'all in a minute. All right.